Hi everyone, it's Sarah. I'm just sitting here at my kitchen counter enjoying a cup of coffee, a special cup of coffee, and reflecting on some of the things that I've been through recently with some of the stresses and trying to find ways to adjust my attitude and alleviate excess stress that does not need to be in my life. So I'm coming up with some ideas, and it's not always easy. But I think adjusting my attitude and not giving up and getting back up on that saddle and trying again. You fall, you get back up. It might hurt a little bit, but you do get back up. So here's where I'm at. One of the things that I've noticed about myself is that I cannot get rid of that sugar addiction, and I've been racking my brain why. In the past, I've been able to stop sugar for weeks, months at a time, one time about a year, until I gave in to some sweets and then it triggered my addiction. Nevertheless, I'm analyzing, why can't I do it this time? Why am I struggling and craving sweets? It's ridiculous. So I came upon this conclusion that when you're going through stress, or just not feeling your best emotionally or physically or what, you're looking for ways to feel better. And so the sugar gives me, helps my endorphins to feel better. At the same time, I think it's a friend, but it's actually an enemy, because it's causing a letdown. It puts me up and knocks me right back down. Boy, I'll tell you, it hurts your skin. I noticed that my skin and just different things from sugar and from stress. So, okay, so what am I going to do about it? Well, first of all, I've started eliminating stresses in my life that I don't need. It could be persons, places, or things. You name it, and whatever. So I've been writing down things, trying to figure out what I can do, and also prioritize the importance of certain things and things that are not important and things that I can just put on the back burner or get rid of. So last few days has been better because I've been practicing that. Also, I'm thinking to myself, your diet plays a big part. It's who you are. My mother always says you are what you eat, and she was so right. So I've been adjusting my diet. Look, I have been on the Mediterranean diet all my life, eating mostly Italian foods, and it's great. It's my life. I've made some changes recently because I realized that as you get older, you do need more protein and less carbs. So I did try going a little bit more carnivore. I'm having a little bit of problem with that. It's an adjustment for me because there are certain things that I like. So I talked to my biological doctor, who's great. He's into holistic type, retraining your body, and you don't need a pill for everything. Let's look for the root cause, okay? Because there is a root cause. What is it? I don't want to camouflage my problems or camouflage my health or what I'm taking. I want to get down to the root basics and find out so I can get myself on the right road, on the right track. So with that, I've asked him, okay, what is your opinion of a good, healthy diet? And so his recommendation is, as I've heard so many times before with some really good doctors here on YouTube, and I'll go over that with you. He said whole foods, real food. Stay away from the processed foods. Eliminate those carbohydrates. Just eat the right things. Get rid of the processed. So with that, I've started slowly. I've eliminated a lot of carbohydrates in my diet. Okay, that helps a little bit, but the sugar craving is like, well, I've got to get rid of the stress, like I said. I'm leaning more toward protein because as you get older, you do need more protein. Your brain needs more fat. The low-fat diet does not work. I'm sorry, it does not work for me. These may not just be my opinions. It's just through some research that I've done. Now, I recently had a calcium scan to check my aortic valve and my arteries because I landed up in ER because of some cardiovascular actually what it is, it's tachycardia, where my heart just beats out of my chest and will not stop for hours. And it's very frightening. So they did a chest x-ray. Again, every time you go to the emergency room, they've got to do an x-ray, even though you've just had one from your earlier visit. So the report comes back that I have some aortic plaque. That's pretty scary. So I talked to my biological doctor because my cardiologist said you've got to be on those statins. And so I'm not going to be on those statins. This is me speaking for my body and what I know of my own health. So I talked to my biological doctor, and so he set up at the UW, and forgive my hair, oh my gosh, set up a calcium scan for me. So the results came back that I do have a little bit of aortic plaque. First degree, very mild. My arteries, there's no plaque. My arteries are clean. I'm 78 years old, for goodness sake. I think that's pretty good. In my opinion, I don't need to be on statin. I've talked to my biological doctor, and he's like, yeah, you're cholesterol testing, everything. Why do you need to be on statin? No, we'll take care of you. So I got some reassurance, and I feel so much better about myself. So I'm leaving a lot of carbohydrates behind, the simplex especially, anything that comes in a box. One of the big the problems that I have is dealing with the love of bread. I just love bread. I get up in the morning and I want my coffee, which Dr. Ken Berry put a tablespoon of butter in the coffee and get that extra. So I'm doing that because butter is not your enemy. Once you go over and listen to Dr. Annette Boz, she'll tell you it's not an enemy, okay? We've been brought up with the old school being on margarine and all this stuff. I mean, my goodness, this is manufactured. I want the real thing from earth, from nature. I got half and half in here. That's why it's light. I've got to have half and half. Not all the time. Most of the time it's black in the morning. In the afternoon I put half and half in with some butter, and it's really good. Making different adjustments in my life. I have not had a good exercise plan because of the weather here in Wisconsin. I'm a walker by nature. I love to go for long walks. I could just go for miles and just unwind and de-stress and look at nature, look at all the beautiful trees and the landscaping and just different things, and smile at people and say hello and just enjoy myself and come home and I'm a new person. Wisconsin winters, I can't do that because, oh yeah, I'm scared to death I'm going to slip and fall. And my age, 78, it's not good because, of course, you have some osteoporosis going on and they want you on Fosamax as well. Well, I'm sorry, we're going to deal with it in a different way because I'm not, the risk for me, these are my opinions, the risk outweigh more than anything else. And I've got to tell you, this is just between you and I, okay? We've got some stairs back here on this main floor. This is kind of like a split level, guess you'd call it, going down the stairs. And a week and a half ago, I slipped and fell down the stairs. That's a whole nother story why, but I didn't slide down the stairs, just whoop. I bounced boom, 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 like a heavy boom, 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 really hard on my tailbone, and it's quite sore. And I sat there after I screamed. My husband come running because it was hurt, and it was scary. Well, I was able to get up and walk away. Now, I grant you, I have carpet on the stairs, thank you, because that's probably what kept me from breaking my hip. But if I'm that fragile and need to be on Fosamax, why didn't something fracture or break? I'm just saying. So I'm taking care of my bone structures, and we will go over that in a very near video if you'd like to hear what I'm doing for my bone health. But in the meantime, I'm adjusting my diet, getting back into walking now that spring kind of is here and I can get out a little bit. I take my dog for a walk, but it's not enough for me to build my bones, because the walking, you're actually putting your weight on and walking, helping your hips and your legs and your cardiovascular and your circulation. It's really good. And your mental stress. It's a great form of exercise for older people. You don't have to do speed walking. Walk a little fast and then slow yourself down. But anyway, there are solutions to our problems. We just need to just take a good look, reevaluate ourselves, because we want to enjoy every single day of our older years. I'm not going to settle for less, just doing the very best I can. So until we meet again and I go through all my research, and I'm wearing my blue light glasses, because you got to protect these old eyes as well, so we can be the very best we can be. So until next time, I'll come back with some homework. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.